What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, CenterStrain01, and we have episode 3 of our weekly comic book pickup series. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. So, this is the obvious second week in February, so we are picking up for what I believe is the 12th of February. So much has happened just in the past week, I forgot kind of what day it is, but I think it's the 12th. And so, this is what I picked up for today, Comic Book Day on Wednesday from my local comic book store. Again, my local comic book store is so amazing because I get 20% off of everything, period. Anything in the store, action figures, all that kind of stuff. It's a little bit smaller, but it's definitely more friendly, and the guys in there are there about comics, and they're not there about just making money. He's owned the store for about 23 years, and I've actually asked him if it would be possible for me to actually film some stuff in the comic book store. So look for that in the future. I thought would be really cool, and maybe you guys can check out some of the stuff that he has, and maybe you can get an awesome discount on some things that might be more expensive elsewhere. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. First off is one of my favorite series in comics right now, just bar none. Amazing game. Of course, you all saw my Injustice walkthrough on my channel. Of course, if you haven't, go check it out. That walkthrough is actually kind of ahead of what this is. This is the precursor, or should I say the prequel to the Injustice game. So this is the comic that come out. Now, as you can see, we're actually already in year 2. So the first year is already done. I think it's like 4 or 5 years. I'm not 100% sure, but it's around 4 or 5 years or so that the game will take place. So there's still a lot of more comics that's going to be able to come out for Injustice, and I really do like what they've done. They've totally taken a different take on the Superman mythology, on the DC mythology, on everything, Batman. I mean, just totally different. You know, characters die in this, characters that we love. So it's great. It's a great read. It's kind of a tragic story of what happened with Superman. I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it yet, but it's going to be very hard to find a #1 issue for year 1. This is year 2, so you can probably pretty much find it. We're only on number 2. So at least pick it up at Comixology or whatever you want to call it online, or the DC comic book store online. You can pick it up for like 99 cents and different things like that there. So, but I still definitely recommend some way get a hold of this series, Injustice. It is just absolutely amazing. Everything about it is just good. The comic is great. And they're really true to the story of kind of what led up to the actual events. So there's always flashbacks, and they're always doing different cool stuff. And again, this is like kind of a whole Justice League kind of series. So you're going to get all of the characters. Of course, there's Superman, who is just mentally drained and tormented because of what happened in the first kind of comic series. I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen it, but definitely check it out. The art, I love the suit of Superman. I love how it blends, the cape blends in with the S shield, or in this case, well, I guess it's not Hope, I guess, in this one, but it's just so amazing. And of course, you got Green Lantern, all the DC characters just mixed up. Wonder Woman looks like she's in trouble in this one, so we're going to get into that too. And of course, Batman's in it, you know, it's really great. I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. Definitely. So that's Injustice, number 2, year 2. Next up, we have another just simply amazing comic here, Star Wars. That's right. As I think I mentioned this in my last video, that Star Wars will be kind of starting anew with Marvel next year, I believe it is. So I don't know if they're going to go to just kind of having one series of Star Wars, whereas right now Dark Horse Comics has many different kind of Star Wars comic series going on. But this is the main one, besides the one that's like the kind of what if scenario, or the original version of George Lucas's draft, I guess you could say, of Star Wars. That was last week's episode, I believe. So this one is the actual kind of main series where you have Darth Vader, Luke, Leia, and all of them. Great stuff, and I really do enjoy it. As you can see, lots of awesome action lightsaber battles, and just it's awesome. It deviates a little bit. It's kind of a continuation and whatnot, events that happen in between and stuff like that. But it's still amazing. It's really great. I definitely would recommend you picking it up, obviously, because in the beginning here it starts off with a little kind of thing with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader here, and of course that's one of the most iconic scenes from the original Star Wars movie. And of course there's Leia going, Ben! Alright, so another great series. Pick it up, Star Wars. Alright, next up is I believe there's only 2 issues of this. It's a limited series, The Amazing Spider-Man. This is pretty much just the story of You guessed it, The Amazing Spider-Man. So as you can see in number 2, it kind of follows exactly in the events of what happened in the movie. So you see the end here. This is pretty much the end. If you haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man, go check it out, because Amazing Spider-Man 2 is coming out very soon. So I definitely would recommend going to check that out. Obviously an awesome series. Great movie. Can't wait to see the next one. And of course, you can't go without The Walking Dead. I mean, come on now. Usually always within the second week of every month, you're always going to get a new Walking Dead issue. And for me, it's always going to be a new Walking Dead issue and a new Smallville issue. So I am just now recently getting into The Walking Dead. I definitely didn't get into it back when it originally came out, and I wish I would have, because this is probably the most hot-selling comic you're going to find. Just to get a number 1 issue, you're going to pay over $1,000. So hopefully you got that kind of money to spend on one comic book. But it's great. It's The Walking Dead. The only thing I don't like about it is it's black and white. A lot of people like that black and white because it does zombies and a lot of gore, a new take, a new kind of thing. But I prefer color. I'm sorry. I just prefer to have that beautiful colorness in my comics and stuff. And they did have a reissue of number 1 that had color in it not too long ago, and I picked that up. So, but we're still picking these up because it is going to be great to have one day. And of course, for my kids in the future or whatever, they're going to be able to read some amazing comics. And this is kind of what made comics come into the forefront again, and that was really cool as well. So. Alright, next up we have one of my favorite series, of course. This is Smallville Alien. So this is not really the main series of Smallville, Season 11. This is kind of like a sub thing where they have like different kind of things going on. But Season 11 continues, as you can see. So it's still a part of Season 11 and whatnot. So it's still amazing, and I can't wait to read this. I mean, Smallville is my all-time favorite I was going to say comic, but Smallville is my all-time favorite superhero show, okay? To me, nothing is going to beat Smallville. Went on for 10 years. 10 years. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, but in those 10 years, they never really did anything, There was a lot of, the story was so convoluted, things happening, retcon and all that kind of stuff. But to me, it was just a dream to come home from work on a Thursday or a Friday, whenever it appeared. It definitely changed many times throughout its tenure, but it was just so amazing to come home and get to see Smallville, kind of the story of how Superman became Superman. And I love the series. I hope to God, I don't always say gosh, that they make a Smallville kind of movie, maybe a TV movie, something just a couple of hours, give us something extra, and call it Metropolis, let us see the further adventures of Clark Kent and Lois Lane, and we saw a little snippet in the end there, but amazing artwork, of course. And as you can see, it's done by Brian Q. Miller, which is he was the head episode writer and the showrunner for the last few seasons. Was with the show, I think, since season 2 or 3. So he knows what he's doing. He keeps it true to the characters. And of course, you got Lex back. You got Lois. You got Chloe. You got Oliver Queen. Everybody's here. It's an awesome, awesome comic. Read it. Pick it up. They're starting to get a little bit more expensive, especially the early ones. And again, I will be showing you all my collection of all the Smallville comics I have, of all the comics I have eventually. But for right now, we're just still kind of building and stuff until I get them a little bit higher. So next up, we have The Superior Spider-Man, Goblin Nation number 1. Now, what's really cool is this is obviously number 27. What's also amazing is, is they're coming out with The Amazing Spider-Man again, the original. If all of you remember the original, this Superior Spider-Man has only been going on for about, 2 years? Maybe? 2-3 years? Or somewhere around, 27 issues, but you can't always say that, 27 months or so. It's been going on for a few years. Let's just put it at that. And I don't know if they're going to be ending this particular Superior Spider-Man, but they are bringing The Amazing Spider-Man back, as I already picked up issue 700.1, 2.3, 0.4, and all that kind of stuff. I got the variants for those too, so that's really cool. But, Spider-Man I love Spider-Man. Now, my favorite version of Spider-Man that I've seen so far has been Tobey Maguire's version of Spider-Man, and I know a lot of people are going to flame me for that, but it was just at the time where Spider-Man was like, this is awesome. The video, the CG, everything just fit well. Of course, Spider-Man 3 could have been a little bit better, but, we still had amazing movies. To me, James Franco will always be Harry Osborn, and Kirsten Dunst will always be Mary Jane Watson. So, I like the new Spider-Man. I do. It's definitely more closer to the comics than, say, the Sam Raimi series. But to me, it's just, you know, Tobey Maguire is like just the perfect Spider-Man. You know, it's just kind of like, to me, Tom Welling would have been the perfect Superman if they would have let him put on the tights, you know. But it's just kind of how it is. So definitely pick up Spears Spider-Man. I don't know if it's going to be continuing that much longer, but I do know that Amazing Spider-Man is starting back up. So definitely take a look at that coming in the next few months or so. Alright, so next up we have the original Batman series. This thing is selling like freaking hotcakes, man. I remember I didn't collect the Batman series back when it first came out. I really only just did Smallville and Superman related stuff. I never really did the Batman too much. So when I got on eBay and I was like, you know what, I want to get caught up on the series, and I was looking to buy the first, I want to say 20, I think were out at the time. 20 of these, so it's on 28 now, but 20 of these were out when I actually started looking to pick this series up. So I wanted to find a full run of 1 through 20. And let me tell you, man, they were expensive. I think I got mine for somewhere between $200 and $300 on eBay. So, I mean, I've only imagined that they're going up now. You know, Batman's coming back in Man of Steel 2, so it's going to be very interesting to see. But what also is really cool about this, and I'm so excited for this, is that we get a secret glimpse into the new Batman Eternal, which looks absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to check that out. But Batman's always got great art. It's always got great stuff in it, and I would definitely... Ooh, let's take a look at that one again. That's awesome. Look at that. Bad freaking ass. We're the good guys. Well, that would be in a girl voice, but just awesome stuff. And of course, I guess you get a little secret glimpse maybe at the end here. So, you guys can check out that. Pick up this series. Try to find it for as low as price as you can, because it's only going to get higher, guys. Alright, so it looks last but certainly not least, we have the X-Files Season 10. I was such a huge X-Files fan growing up, you know, because that was right around, I think the show came out when I was 10, and I was at that perfect age where I was like, oh man, I wonder about the stars and the sky and everything, and this was just perfect. Gillian Anderson was like just, oh, what's up? Pound it, yeah. But we get to kind of continue the series, you know, with Season 10. Hopefully they're going to make some more movies. I want them to keep making movies. I just love the X-Files. I love it so much, and it's a great series, too. I'm really enjoying this. Very thick book, lots of awesome stuff in it, and I really feel like these characters have kind of just become a part of who I am in general, you know, and really do like it. Amazing art, just amazing fun. And Chris Carter, you created just an amazing series. So hopefully they keep this going, and hopefully it's going to stay awesome just like it has been. Alright, so we're going to lay out all the comics here, just kind of down in a row. Probably not going to be able to get them all in here, but we'll get them at least. So this is what I've picked up for this comic book haul. Not as, well actually maybe around the same as last time. Again, it's going to get bigger and bigger the more that I see that come out, the more that I actually want to kind of take a look at. But you guys can see there, amazing art on all of these. I can't wait to start reading them and get into it. Let me know which comics you guys are actually into. Let me know in the comments below which ones you're reading, and if you want me to read them, want me to check them out, let me know what. Give me a good kind of selling point, like say this is why you should read this comic because of this, and just you guys know who I am. I mean, I pretty much just tell everything about me to you guys. You guys are my best friends, you're everything to me. So it's like, you know who I am, you know what I would like to read, or maybe something I would like to kind of get into a little bit. So let me know what you guys want me to read in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next comic pickup, which will be, I think, part 4, episode 4. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. That's right, Superman signing off. CenterStrain01. Peace out. Bitches!